For a very long time, it was thought that people who lived extremely stressful lives died early, and therefore stress must kill you. However, more modern research shows that it's not actually stress that kills you, it's the thought that stress will kill you that kills you, and I'd like to explain that to you here. In her research, Kelly McGonigal, a Stanford psychologist, studied how experiencing stressful life events impacts an individual throughout their lifetime, and she noticed something very important. Of the groups that were studied, 2 of them contained people that reported living highly stressful lives and experiencing traumatic events, but only one of these groups would go on to develop and die from early onset cardiovascular disease. On the other hand, the other group was actually quite healthy. They were found to be just as healthy, and in some cases even more healthy than the control group of people who experienced low stress. So what was the difference between the 2 groups that both reported high levels of stress? Well, it was actually a difference in mindset. You see, in the group that would go on to develop cardiovascular disease, they routinely believed that stress would kill you. And in the group that ended up becoming quite healthy, they believed that stress was simply your body's way of handling stressful events. This is a pretty profound case of mind over matter, but what's actually happening to these people on a biological level? One of the byproducts of stress is the production of a hormone called cortisol, which constricts blood vessels and over time can do damage to the heart muscles and your vasculature. The group of people that were of the mindset that stress will kill you had high levels of cortisol, and that was it. There was no sense fighting it, and so they went on to develop cardiovascular disease and die from it. But the other group of people, the people that believed that stress was just your body's way of handling stressful events, were much more likely to go seek social support. They were more likely to either help other people or seek help from other people. And what this ended up doing is producing a lot of oxytocin in their bloodstream. In a way, oxytocin has an opposite effect to that of cortisol. So the presence of oxytocin in the bloodstream during stressful events helps to counteract and in some cases negate the damage that cortisol would normally be doing. If I were to give you 2 takeaways from this video, 1 is to never give up hope, and 2 is to remember that stress is not your enemy. Fear and isolation are your enemy.